Be not afraid of greatness. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and others have greatness thrust upon them. Sweet are the uses of adversity which, like the toad, ugly and venomous, wears yet a precious jewel in his head. Our doubts are traitors and make us lose the good we often might win by fearing to attempt. Give every man thy ear, but few thy voice. How poor are they that have not patience? What wound did ever heal but by degrees? And oftentimes excusing of a fault doth make the fault the worse by the excuse. Reputation is an idle and most false imposition, oft got without merit, and lost without deserving. All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts. Words are easy, like the wind, faithful friends are hard to find. In this, our life, exempt from public haunt, finds tongues in trees, books in the running brooks, sermons in stones, and good in everything. William Shakespeare, 1564–1616. English poet and playwright, Shakespeare is widely considered to be the greatest writer in the English language. He wrote 38 plays and 154 sonnets.
Shakespeare's poems consider themes of love, beauty, death, decay and the inevitable passing of time. Let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediments. Love is not love, which alters when it alteration finds, or bends with the remover to remove. Oh, no, it is an ever-fixed mark, that looks on tempests and is never shaken. It is the star to every wandering bark, whose worth's unknown, although his height be taken. Love's not time's fool, though rosy lips and cheeks within his bending sickle's compass come. Love alters not with his brief hours and weeks, but bears it out even to the edge of doom. If this be error and upon me proved, I never writ, nor no man ever loved.
Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's lease hath all too short a date. Sometime too hot the eye of heaven shines, and often is his gold complexion dimmed, and every fair from fair sometime declines, by chance or nature's changing course untrimmed. But thy eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose possession of that fair thou O West, nor shall death brag thou wanderst in his shade, when in eternal lines to time thou growest. So long as men can breathe or eyes can see, so long lives this and this gives life to thee. When, in disgrace with fortune and men's eyes, I all alone beweep my outcast state, and trouble deaf heaven with my bootless cries, and look upon myself and curse my fate, wishing me like to one more rich in hope, featured like him with friends possessed, desiring this man's art and that man's scope, with what I most enjoy contented least, yet in these thoughts myself almost despising. Haply I think on thee, and then my state, like to the lark at break of day arising, from sullen earth, sings hymns at heaven's gate. For thy sweet love remembered such wealth brings, that then I scorn to change my state with kings. Oh, never say that I was false of heart, though absence seemed my flame to qualify. As easy might I from myself depart, as from my soul which in thy breast doth lie. That is my home of love, if I have range. Like him that travels I return again, just to the time, not with the time exchange, so that myself bring water for my stain. Never believe though in my nature reigned all frailties that besiege all kinds of blood, that it could so preposterously be stained, to leave for nothing all thy sum of good. For nothing this wide universe I call, save thou, my rose, in it thou art my all. From fairest creatures we desire increase, that thereby beauty's rose might never die, but as the riper should by time decease, his tender air might bear his memory. But thou contracted to thine own bright eyes, feedst thy light's flame with self-substantial fuel, making a famine where abundance lies. Thyself thy foe, to thy sweet self too cruel, thou that art now the world's fresh ornament, and only herald to the gaudy spring, within thine own bud buryest thy content, and, tender churl, maxed waste in niggarding. Pity the world, or else this glutton be, to eat the world's due, by the grave and thee.